Hello everybody, Sigmus here, and today we will be going through the part 5 of our snake game. Now this one would be a little bit more, so I found a way to clean up the menu a little bit better, but we will definitely be doing the main menu now, where you can go through each option. So the main menu, play game, options, and end game options, and you'll be able, each one would have its own function. So we'll be able to go through that, and yeah. So I guess before we get started, we'll go through some of the issues that people have in the comments have come across, and this just to help them out, see like where they went, where they would have made a mistake, or where things would have gone wrong. So first is TY Shu, or thank you Shu, or is that Tai Shu? I don't know how to say that, but you said, how would you prevent the apple or target from spawning inside of the tail? Well, if we look at our tail functions, and that would be in the game program here in our tail location, you have the tails set in F positions, or F pos and Y pos, and that is where your tail would be. Now, if we go to our target locating, which is the normal setup, so when we set up our targets, we see here that, hey, we also said that if our x of our player is equal to the target of x, and if our y of our player is equal to the target of y, we can also add on to this, where if our f pos x is equal to our target x, and our f pos y is equal to our target y. And there you go. That pretty much just fixes it. And what it does is it just, okay, hold on. We'll do this differently, because if we do this here, then it will just change our player as well. So if our target ends up spawning, then our player would change as well, which is not what we want. So we'll do another one while, and this time it's a separate. So while our tail is at the same place as our target, then we do randomize our target once more. There you go. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, because this is like saying, hey, our tail is going to be in the first position, then it's going to be in the second position, and it's going to change. We might also want to put second position, I guess. No, we don't need that. It's just the first position. So where our tail would end up being. So yeah, there you go. That helps out with your question, Taishu. And let's see if that still works. I'm not sure how I'm able to test it out. Oops, if I'm not bad at it like I am right now, which I super am. I don't think there's any way to tell that the target would actually spawn inside the tail unless I go, like, I have a really high score, which I won't be having anytime soon now. Yep, okay. I'm not. The only way I can test this out is if I comment these. No, except these. And I set it to position target x is equal to, let's say, 20 at 20. Yep. So we want to keep those just for testing purposes. So there you go. Now this will spawn, target X would always spawn at the position 2020, no matter what. And if our tail hits it, then it changes position, which it did. Otherwise it, oh yeah, so it always changed position because our tail keeps hitting it. because we create a new tail every time. Yeah, so therefore now pretty much this confirms the code. That means that it's not gonna spawn inside our tail, and yeah. What if it does spawn in our tail? Wait, hold on. No. That's the normal setup. Give me a second. No, when we eat it, here, sorry, that's right. We forgot to change this as well. Okay. Well, there you go. Now every time we eat it, oh my goodness. Now every time we eat it, it should go back to 2020, which it is. It is. All right. How am I supposed to like? Because it's just gonna keep going back to 2020. Oh, if it spawns inside my tail, it shouldn't. But come on, let me eat it. Okay, I'm bad at this game. Oh, that means that this isn't here because that's just a normal setup. Yep. All right. Well, I'm messing things up here. This should actually be here, where after, there you go. When the target's hit, if our tail position is equal to the thing position, then we just choose a random number. Otherwise, if it's not, then it's just going to be randomized. Now this should work. There you go. It goes to a random place. See how it went back to 2020? There you go. Now it spawned in our tail. It chose a random place. Sweet. There, it spawned in our tail. Chose a random place. Now, see how it, like, when we kind of drag it along, like, yes, it spawns in our tail, but if we drag it along the line, like here, it's just gonna keep on our tail until it changes things. Why does it end game when I... for some reason I can go left and right. Alright, well, that's another thing I need to fix. So in here, that means I do need to do my spos. My second position, x, if it equals to target x, and, well, or my second position x is equal to my target x, and my second position y is equal to my target y. And we actually want to separate these to, like, say that, hey, this is the or statement, not the other. So pretty much what that does, it says this is the first or statement and this is the second or statement in between these or. Otherwise, it'd be, if I didn't have those brackets, it'd be like this and this, or this or this, pretty much. All right. Now, that should not allow it to spawn in our tail completely. Otherwise, there's be plenty more or statements coming through. Nope, it's still there. Yep, see how it's still there? Okay. So on the off chance that it does spawn in our tail, it'd still be there. Alright, does that mean we also need to get the F pos? Yeah, it's just the F position and the X position. X and Y? Yes. Unless I do have to do them in different while statements. What if I just make it second position instead of the first position? Alright, let's try that. No, it still spawns there. Okay, I'm just really bad at this game. Well, I think it's cause one, it keeps spawning there no matter what. But it shouldn't. Even if it does, it shouldn't. Like, as long as it comes in contact with the tail, it shouldn't. What if we do our tail X and our tail Y? I'm pretty sure this is gonna give us an error because, yeah, thought so. All right. What if we put it here? Well, tail X of I. All right. What if we put in the tail instead of the target? No. Still. Come on. Still spawns there. I can see. Oh, let me see. Oh, no, actually. No, it doesn't. Okay, there you go. So it doesn't spawn there anymore. Yep, okay, so that was the issue. We just needed to put it in the tail instead, in the tail function instead of the target function. So yeah, and that would stop it from completely spawning inside your tail. Now we can delete these, change it back. The chances of it spawning in your tail though is very slim, like with these randoms. But yeah. So that should work. And now the other error that we found is that every time I press left or right, it changes. I think this is where it is. We didn't put brackets here. See how brackets are very important. Pretty much it's only recognizing the A and the WASD keys, not the full left, up, right. So now if we try this, it should work. We shouldn't be able to go left to right. Yep, and there you go. We cannot go left, right, up, down straight away. Sweet, done. That's second problem done. So the next problem is by Saif Alushi, if I'm saying that correctly. I apologize if I'm not. But you said that my fruit stops spawning after 5 every time. What could the problem be? Unless you set a limit yourself, there shouldn't really be any problems. I guess, yeah, because like the only thing that affects it is here, where your score is plus is equal to 10, and that just adds to the score every time you eat a target, unless you say if score is equal to 5 then end game. But I can't really see any other issues that could actually be affected. Huh. So if you could send me your source code, your code, I'd be able to have a look at it, and be able to determine where that 5 limit would be. But looking from this code, there isn't really any limit that's been set, for the score at least. The only other area that would be affected is if in the tail, like if the tail here, if the tail length is, suddenly equal to 5, then that would mean, maybe that's it. Maybe set tail length to 5, but then that would only affect the tail. It wouldn't stop spawning the fruit. The way that the fruit would stop spawning is if where this fruit spawns is here. This is where the fruit spawns. When we set up the game for the very first time, target X and target Y, sets it at random. But then when that target is equal to the players, then we just set it random again. That's the only time that it spawns. The second time that's the first time it spawns, I should say. The second time it would spawn is if we eat. So if we eat it, then it spawns again. So unless you made another constraint here, that's the only places that it would spawn. Other than that, there's no other place it could spawn. But I'd be happy to look through your code, so send it through. You should actually be able to, if you're not able to send me a link through YouTube, try and send me an email at sigmistgm@gmail.com. I'll put the link in the description. You can send me an email and I can look through it. You can say, hey, I'm Saif Alushi and I had this problem. Can you have a look? And yeah, that I could have a look and I could sort out the problem for you. I could tell you where it is, and yeah. But other than that, another comment is from Shruti Goyal. Sorry again if I'm really mispronouncing all these names. I apologize. But you said if can you please give the source code of this game? 100%. I'll put the link down in the description. It should be there. And you guys should be able to access it if there's any trouble. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We've pretty much, I guess, hold on, where are we up to? We've got the main menu there. It's just that we can't select the main menu. We have the snake game itself, and there's no way that the target will be able to spawn in our tail. And we cannot move back and forth the same or the opposite direction that we're going. This is kind of interesting right now, just me trying to play this game, which I really should stop. All right, we'll go ahead and fix our main menu. We do not want this because this is super messy. We actually want something different, and that would actually mean that we will not make it a boolean. So see this? Yes, this whole thing we will delete, which we won't do it now. So just to, we'll just comment it out. But instead of a boolean, we actually would make it an enumerator. This allows us to use it in like situations where we can change the status of it. So enumerator, we'll just call it game. And this would be one, which is the main menu. So main, we will also have a setup, or a setup, and we will have a start. So main, setup, and start. Now going down to where we actually set all these, which we'll change it soon, but going to our main first, what we'll do is we'll set the game up. Oh wait, sorry, we forgot to define it. We'll just okay, nope, wrong. All right, I'm super bad. Okay, what am I doing? This is game. We'll say it equals to mode. All right, so here when we initialize a game, mode would equal setup, and then if mode is equal to setup, I guess it would, set up the game. Wait, no, we will not do that. Oh my god. Oh, wrong. Yeah, we will do that, but not there. Here. If mode equals setup, then we set up the game. Now we will go here while snake game is true, which is not what we want. While mode is equal to start. So while mode is equal to start, and I'm doing this super wrong. What am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything wrong. We will have a boolean, I should say, and that is called is the game running, which is the snake game bit. So while the game's running, so first we set up the game, and then while the game's running, if our mode is equal to main menu or main, then we do the main menu function. Else, if our mode is equal to start, which is actually the two things, so we don't need mode setup. So I don't know why I made that. If our mode is equal to start, then we go for a setup, and while normal game, while mode is equal to start, correct? Yeah, okay, so while mode is equal to start, then we all do that. Now time to set where things, I guess, go to main or start, which we don't need to set up bit again. When game's over, well, we want everything to reset, and we want to set the mode back to main. So we want to go back to the main menu. When the game is set up, first set up, the mode is equal to main menu. So mode is equal to main. In the main menu, we will see this. If we press enter, our mode will then become start. So it's not gonna be main anymore. There still equals stop. Yes, it is mode, right? I did set it to mode. Yes, mode. Okay. Sorry, here I forgot to change. When game is over, our mode is equal to main, which we actually don't need to put that there because we already made it, and we don't need to do that. See how much easier it is. We actually don't need to set two things, false and true. We can just delete those and just set the mode to main straight away, instead of start, or like, you know. Now here on our normal setup, we say mode is equal to start. Instead of saying that, hey, we're playing the game, we're just setting our mode to start, which should be after. What's the difference between game setup and normal setup? What did I do? Normal setup starts the, yep, okay. Game setup, it just turns on the game. Oh, and it just sets the mode to main. Yes. Okay. Oh, here we already, so when we press enter, we already change it to start. So we don't need that, because we were in our main menu first, and then we change it to start once we press enter the main menu. So we don't need to make it start again, if you know what I mean, because it's already start. In the game window, that's fine. Here, game input, so we don't need this if our mode is actually equal to start. Then we do that. Sweet. Our program, yes. Right, now this should still work the exact same. So here it runs the game, it sets the mode to main. If I press enter, it sets the mode to start. So there you go. Now the mode is start. I can literally do whatever I want as a game, and then if I exit, it's back to main. So I can't do my arrow keys, I think. If I do up there, nope, it doesn't work. Okay. If I do left, nope. Okay. If I do down, yes, it's still there. Sweet. If I do left, sorry, right. Yeah, so no matter what button I press in the main, it's in the main. Once I press enter, I'm in a different mode, so whatever happens here doesn't affect the main whatsoever. So sweet, we set the main menu correctly. Now we gotta choose the options. We have our play game, our options, and our end game. Going to our main menu, which is here, we want, instead of these, to work here. So what actually we want to do is we will, if we can we delete these? I just want to know. If we delete that, that was mainly to prevent it that we can like move around in the main menu, and then, you know, it'll move our character. So if I move around the main, will it move our character? Yes, it will. Okay. So I cannot delete those. Tough. Which means we'll still have it stop stop at our third direction. Oh, I guess I can literally, hold on. What if I put it here? So as soon as I press enter, dir is equal to stop. We'll try this. So I'm moving around. If I press enter, yeah, okay, I still move around for some reason. So I can't do it there. Yeah, I have to do it for every key that I press that has a function, I guess. So anyways, but we'll be using the down and up, and this will control our output. And what we want is we actually want to we'll create another variable, and this is for the main menu. So we go integer, and we'll call it menu. So where our menu is, and we'll make it 0 for now. So in this integer, if we press down, then our integer or our menu option goes down 1, or up, I should say. Yeah, it goes up or down. I don't we'll see. Anyways, our main menu. So if we press down, menu is equal to plus equals 1. Now, why am I using plus equals? I mean, I don't know. I can literally do plus plus, which is totally the same. And if we press up, our menu goes down 1. You'll see what I mean, why I inverted this, why down is up, and why menu is, well, why up is minus. Yeah, so, but we want to set the limit because we only have 3 options here. You got 0, 1, and 2. So here, if menu, or we can do it outside, I think. Yeah, here. Space if menu is equal to 0. Oh, sorry, is less than or equal to 1. No, negative 1. Then we set menu equal to 2. Else if menu is greater or equal to 3, sorry, because there's 2 options, then menu is equal to 0. There you go. Now we can try this out. We'll literally say count menu, and if we play this in our main menu, it should show up. There should be a 0 at the bottom right there. If I press up, it becomes 2. If I go down, see how it's super quick, but it never goes below 0, and it never goes above 2, which is what we want. Now it's super quick, so what we actually want is we want the sleep function, and we'll just set that to 50. This would just slow it down, I guess. We'll try that again. Yep, see? So if I hold it, yes, it'll be quick, but then if I press it once, it's just gonna go 0, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, why is it so quick? 1, it should be 0, then it should be 2, then it should be 1, then it should be 0, then it should be 2. Yep. Okay, then going down, 0, 1, 2. Yep, okay. Sweet, so it works. Now we want to set it here. So in this one, which is another long code, we do not want to disturb that, but here if menu is equal to 0, then we want to emphasize the play game bit. Now no matter what, we will still draw this, but it's just that this would have that. So we can literally copy this and say else bam, if menu equals 1, then options would be the one that has that. And same thing, else if menu equals 2, then this time, whoops, it's not what I want, endgame would have that. Sweet. Now if we run this, you'll see that it changes every time. So first it's options because it's in 1. If we go up, which we can't now for some reason, I don't know why. What if we do this literally after we set everything? Okay, we don't need this anymore. Let's try this again. Hopefully this time it works. Nope. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Why is menu equaling? Oh, cause I'm setting it. Okay, sorry, it's not checking it. It's setting it. All right, there. That should work. And now I can actually move this back up top, and it wouldn't even matter. I don't know. I like having the text up top. So now, yes, play game, options, end game. See? Switch. Now if I press down, it actually goes down. If I press up, it goes up. And that's the reason why I inverted it, because if I press down here and if I said minus instead of plus, then it would actually go back to end game. So it would go like that instead of down. Alright, now it works. Now all I need now is if I press enter here, it'll play the game. If I press enter here, it'll go to options, not play the game. And if I press enter here, it'll end the game, which is simple. We actually go to our enter key. So here, VK return. Our mode is equal to start. No, we want to do a switch. And this switch is our menu. Case 0, I should say. If it's 0, we want the mode to start. Let me break. I think this works. This should work. If it doesn't work, then I don't even know. Case 1. If it's case 1, well, we don't want anything yet, so we'll just return brick. Then case 2. This is the end game, so game over. And brick. Now, I think that should work, actually. If it doesn't, then, well. Yep. Okay, so we're good. Options doesn't do anything. Endgame closes it, right? Should. No. Why? Is it our endgame function? Game over. Mode is equal to main. Oh, sorry. It switches back to mode is equal to main. We don't want that. We want to completely end the game. How do I do that again? Okay, so apparently we don't need that system and exit stuff. We can literally just say exit. And that should actually close our program, which, you know, I forgot, but there you go. It's that simple. I'm so bad. But yeah, now you've pretty much got a proper main menu. Something really simple, not too complex, and definitely, you know, easy to do. Again, this is literally, I guess, the most straight to the point way of doing it. There's plenty of ways of doing it. I'm literally thinking of this up on the spot. There's definitely more cleaner ways to do it in the code, and more I guess straight to the point, you know. These are all just ideas that I just popped in and was like, hey, okay, I think I can do this by just doing this. I didn't really, I guess it's stuff that I just make up on the spot, you know. if I put a lot more thought into it, I guess I could like clean this up a little bit, which I should actually do. But I guess since we're just starting to make like a simple snake game, a simple straight to the point, nothing too complex, and easily understandable logic, I guess you can say, So as you see, we did an enumerator, which returns a single value from our list here, which is either main or start. So either it goes main or it goes start, and we set our things to main if it's interactions with the main menu, and we set it to start if it's interactions with the game. And here we just set another variable called menu, and we say, oh, which one is the menu variable. We can say that our 0 value is the play game, our not 1 value is the options, and our second value is the end game. And we set that to do things every time we press the enter on whichever value it is. And we've also got the else if. So I guess this is making our keyboard not do anything to our snake, but at the same time it's also changing our menu value every time we go up or down. And this is like a loop, so if our menu goes below -1, which we don't have a value of, then it just goes to 2, which we do have a value of. Same thing with going higher. If it goes above 3, then we just set it back to 0. This allows us to set up the game, pretty much set up the player and set up the target, making our score 0. This is our game window, so what we see graphically. Obviously it's not full graphics, it's literally code, or like what should I say this? CMD, command prompt graphics, which is really, really bad, and each time we clear the system we redraw it, kind of thing. So we keep redrawing and redrawing and redrawing. And we've got our input, so left, right, up, down, our directions. If we press enter, then nothing happens. We've got the program. This is our tail. So this says that each time our tail grows in tail length, then we get a new tail, and that tail follows the positioning of wherever it follows our x value. And as you can see, our x value is equal to our player x and y. And if the target is ever in our tail, then we just create a random place for that target. This is pretty much our speed in each direction that we go to. This is if we hit the border, then it's game over. If we hit our tail, then it's game over. And if we hit the target, then good, we get more tail and we get a score. And this is literally setting it up, or like using all our functions and putting it into the main, and this is like what runs it. So hopefully it's understandable and pretty straightforward, straight to the point. Again, if there is any questions, you can shoot me an email of your source code and asking me where it is. My email is sigmistgm@gmail.com. Or alternatively, you can just put in the comments down below, and I should be able to solve it or answer your question. And if not, then I'll find a way. But again, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and enjoy as in like hopefully you're able to learn something or able to follow along in creating this game with me. This pretty much kind of covers our snake game. If there's anything else that you'd like me to do in the snake game, feel free to pop a comment and let me know so I can further further improve the game or further do things to it that's not just a simple game like this. I wouldn't mind trying to learn more and to also do more for it. If not, then I guess we can move on to another game. And I was actually hoping on doing a Space Invaders, which is super fun, I guess, to make. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Now let's see if I'm good at this game. Okay, I'm not good at this game. Okay, hold on. Let's go. Oh, no. Okay, I don't know why. Alright, well, obviously I suck. I can make games, but I can't play them. Literally every single game.